Mangalam Bhagavan Veero Mangalam Gautama Prabhu
Om Namo Arihantanam Namo Siddhanam Namo Ayariyanam Namo Vachayanam Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Jai Jinendra. Welcome to Mangalam. Today we bring to you the second part of the celebration of 90th birthday of Gurudev Chitrabhanuji. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we present to you the second part of the 90th birthday celebration for Gurudev Chitrabhanuji. As I said, we have been very fortunate to have Gurudev amongst us. He has guided us in every step of the way in our lives for all the Jains around the world. On my personal note, I would like to thank him and Pramodaji for being a pillar of strength all the time whenever I needed them or my family needed them. Especially for this program, Mangalam. Since the idea started, he has been wholeheartedly supportive of this. Not only that he has given his lectures and blessings all the time, he has also supported us monetarily and always being there for anything and everything I need guidance for. Gurudev, I thank you so much. Thank you for being there, and I wish you many more years. Now we bring to you the second part of the 90th birthday celebrations. So please enjoy.
Om Namo Arihantanam Om Namo Arihantanam Om Namo Siddhanam Om Namo Siddhanam Om Namo Ayariyanam Om Namo Ayariyanam Om Namo Vachayanam Om Namo Vachayanam Om Namo Loe Savasahunam Om Namo Loe Savasahunam.
गुरुजी हमारा अंतर्नाथ आपो हमने आशीर्वाद गुरुजी हमारा अंतर्नाथ आपो हमने आशीर्वाद Everybody say with me गुरुजी हमारा
because we are all students of this wonderful man who has given his life to teaching and to helping people to see what ahimsa means in practical terms. And I know that I consider myself a student of his, and I am honored to be sitting here with him today. We can focus on three things that Gurudev has done. We'll leave out a lot more, but at least we'll have some focus. The first thing he did was to create a Jain community in North America. It did not exist. He was the first Jain monk to come here in 1971. There really wasn't at that time a Jain community. You know, I remember in the late 60s when I was part of the opposition to the war in Vietnam, we started hearing about this funny word, ahimsa. And it came, Dr. King, Martin Luther King talked about it. And we had heard about this man Gandhi in India, and he talked about it. But we didn't really know what it meant, because this was not a peaceful society. It still isn't, unfortunately, but certainly in the late 1960s and early 1970s it was not. And I remember when I first read about ahimsa, and I read Gandhi. I heard about it through King, and then I read Gandhi, and In reading about Gandhi, I heard about Gandhi being influenced by Srimad Rajatan, and that he was a Jain. I didn't even know what a Jain was. I had to look it up in an encyclopedia. What is a Jain? There wasn't a Jain community at that time. And geographically, people started coming in at around that time, and the Jain community started, but it was not an organized Jain community. And so I would say that the first focus, the first really important thing that this lovely man has done for the community of Jains in North America is he created it. He helped to focus it. He had the courage to travel. He was criticized heavily by people who objected to the fact that a Jain monk would travel, got very upset with him. He was criticized severely. Nevertheless, he thought it was the right thing to do. He recognized this was a society in deep crisis, that it needed ahimsa. And boy, he was right. He was right. And we need it. We needed it then. We need it now. We need it now. We are still a very violent society. We are still an extremely materialistic society. We are still a society that values the individual by what the individual has, owns, possesses. The value of the individual is still linked to external possessions. That's himsa. That's a fundamental form of himsa. That is why Jain Dharma is needed more now than ever. Gurudev, but we wouldn't be here. We would not be here today as a community, a strong community in this country, if it were not for Gurudev, what he did in organizing that community with Sushil Kumar and other people, but basically the two of them, with Gurudev taking the lead, basically created the Jain community in the United States, and through his efforts, his involvement with the young Jains, the YJA, is absolutely, watching him at a YJA conference is just magnificent, because the young people who can't be bothered about anything, unfortunately, a lot of them can't be, not really. A lot of the young people, unfortunately, are not into the spiritual aspect of Jainism. And one of the things that Gurudev does is he attracts them like a magnet. It's just wonderful to watch. I get enormous enjoyment watching Gurudev interact with the young people. They are drawn to him. They are drawn to him, and in his presence, they become spiritual and interested in spiritual things. And so I remember when I watched him at the last YJA conference, I thought, the young people really are interested in spiritual things. The problem, the trick is, how do you present it to them? It's obvious that they're not disinterested in it as some matter of principle. They just haven't, the message in a lot of ways hasn't gotten to them so that they understand it. Gurudev, at age 90, can speak to them better than other young people can. It's really remarkable to see. But in any event, that's the first thing he's done, is he's helped create the North American Jain community. And he also said, put aside the sects. Svetambra, Digambra, doesn't matter. We've heard him say, I've heard him say, I assume you've heard him say, Digambra, you're wearing clothes. Svetambra, you're not wearing white. What's the big deal? Why do we care about sex? Things which divide us. There is one principle that matters, ahimsa. Do no harm.
परम पूज्य गुरुदेव, आदरणीय प्रमोदन, अमरेंद्र मुनि जी, आमंत्रित मेहमानों અને મિત્રો, અમેરિકામાં વર્ષોથી વસતા જૈનોનો એક મહાન પુણ્યોદય છે, મહાન ભાગ્યોદય છે કે આપણને ગુરુદેવ ચિત્રભાનુ મળ્યા. અને એ પણ એક કલ્યાણ મિત્ર તરીકે, એક ગુરુ તરીકે અને એક સંત રૂપે મળ્યા. આગળ વધીને કહું તો तो एक मुनि रूपे मळे। भगवान महावीर एक बार पूछवामां आव्युं कि प्रभु मुनि कोने कहेवाय, मुनिनी व्याख्या शुं? अने भगवाने बे शब्दों उत्तर आप्यो, असुप्ता मुनि। जे सुतेला नथी, जे जागृत छे ए मुनि कहेवाय। अने आगळ वधीने एम पण कही शकाय कि जे मात्र सफेद कपड़ा पहेरे अने माथे मुंडन करावे ए ज मुनि नथी। आपणने बहु गौरव थाय छे कि आज 90 वर्षनी उंमरे गुरुदेव चित्रभानु जवान छे, जोशीला छे अने जागृत छे। आपने खरेखर गौरव थाय छे कि आ गुरुदेवे मात्र जैनोने नहीं पण हजारों अमेरिकनोने अहिंसाना मार्गे वाळ्या छे।
प्रमोदं क्लिष्टेषु जीवेषु कृपापरत्वं मध्यस्थभाव विपरीतवृत्तौ सदा ममात्मा vidadatu deva. This is the stanza hundreds of years ago written, and this stanza has become a beacon light in my life. The first is Satreshu Maitrim. In this world, if you want to make your journey peaceful, meaningful, purposeful, success, you must have Satveshu Maitri. You have friendly feeling for every life, without any discrimination, big or small, white or black, small or big, no discrimination. People, when they see big men, they do everything, and they neglect the people who are small. It is selfishness, because they can honor the big man, they can get honor, and they don't get anything, having good feeling for the poor man. That is not your Maitri. What you are talking about the Chitrabhanu, but Chitrabhanu is a name, about the man, because this will be cremated, or I will give to my body to hospital. That is a different thing. But we are talking about the body and a name. We are Atma. When Atma goes, this body will be discarded, thrown away. And we are all working for the body, how to keep it, how to eat it, how to please it. Jain Dharma is not making puja or doing worship. Jain Dharma is to know who you are. Not to know oneself is the biggest sin. Know who you are. And before we know, one will be go, and you will go without knowing yourself who you are. Think about. The whole journey we live 50 years, 60 years, and we don't know who we are. And that is why one poet said, जमाने में उसने बड़ी बात कर ली, जमाने में उसने सबसे बड़ी बात क्या की है? जमाने में उसने बड़ी बात कर ली, खुद अपने से जिसने मुलाकात कर ली. So the biggest thing what one has to done, what by doing is to know yourself. Satveshu Maitri. Gunishu Pramodam. Wherever you see good quality, appreciate. Wah, kya baat. Gunishu, when anybody guni, who has a guna, who has a quality, who has some kind of kindness, appreciate. Gunati Bharela, Gunijan Deki. The whole song is composed on this original slok. Satveshu Maitri, Gunishu Pramodam. You appreciate when you have a good quality. Sattve Klishteshu Jivesu Krupa Paratvam. Those who are unhappy, who are poor, who are helpless, help them. Deen Krur ne dharma vihona dekhi dilma dardar hai. You see, I want to help them. Satveshu Maitri Gunishu Pramodam Klishteshu Jivesu Krupa Paratvam. Madhyastha bhava. Many people will not appreciate you. Some are jealous. Some make gossip. Some are unhappy seeing you successful. You must have compassion toward them. Empathy. As you have a sympathy, at the same time you have empathy. All right, let them show what they are. These are the four qualities. Satveshu maitrim, munisu pramodam, klishteshu jivesu krupa paratvam, madhyastha bhava viparita vrittau, sada mamatma vidadatu devah. Till I leave the body, till last day, these four qualities, Maitri Bhavanu, Pavitra Jaranu, remained. So, Swamavas, whenever you get time, go into yourself. Okay, who am I? Breathe. Swamavas. Swamavas. Partikhas. Bijavni mato, bijani tinda, bijani vato, partikhas. The kamo, sukura time kaade. Why you are wasting your time? Swamavas. Parti. Atlu bas, the life. I am very happy that you have arranged this program, celebration. Celebrate your life. You from Atma to Paramatma. It's a journey. Namo Arihantana. The mantra he gave. It is a universal mantra. Anybody can Namo Arihantanam. I bow to the conqueror within, without. So we can conquer ourselves. So this journey is Atma. So slowly the Naisar started using this mantra, and he asked the monk, how can I implement in every day? He said, when you become angry, you say, anger is your enemy. You conquer, Namo Arihantana. You conquer your anger. Don't lose your temper. Your temper is very precious. When you feel egotistical, okay, I am something than others, and when you put other people down, then you become egotistical. They say your ego is your enemy. It separates you. Namo Arihantana. It is your enemy. Your anger is enemy. Your ego is enemy. And when you have a greed, go on collecting. And people go on collecting. And without being wise, they go on spending like anything. And you can see big houses and everything they show and spend the money. They don't use for suffering mankind or living being. So your greed is your enemy, Namo Arihantana. And at the same time you deceit and try to be something then different and hide yourself and start cheating. Your deceitfulness. Chameleon, like you become chameleon, that is also, it is your enemy, Namo Arihantana. He started using Namo Arihantana. Naisar, and the same Atma in evolution, he became in 25th birth, he became Mahatma Sadhu. And on the 25th, and then he went to heaven, and then on the 27th, it was Bhagwan Mahavir. So the evolution is started from Naisar, from Atma to Mahatma, and Mahatma to Paramatma. Mohanlal Karamchand Gandhi, a simple person, but same Mohanlal Gandhi started practicing ahimsa, and slowly he became Mahatma Gandhi. So Jain Dharma is ahimsa. And if you want to bless me, bless yourself. I will live long. And for the body or taste, I will not be caused to suffering of animal. And this way, I will collect blessing from you, and I will bless you. So, and ahimsa we can practice in our day, and I thank you that live every day. How many years? There is in Gujarati they say, જન્મ્યા એનું મૃત્યુ તો નિશ્ચય જગતમાં થાય છે. જન્મ્યા એનું મૃત્યુ તો નિશ્ચય જગતમાં થાય છે. કેટલું નહીં, કેવું જીવ્યા એ જ સાથે જાય છે. How long you live? No, the quality, not quantity. So you live few years, but it is a quality life. But dragging your life has no meaning. So live a life, and it is a blessing that we have all the centers, and these people are doing, and I want to bless everyone and collect the blessing, and thank you. And I bless the Sangha, and we started in 1980 this temple. It was, we bought a building, and slowly you have done marvelous thing. So I am very happy to see the progress and commitment, and at the same time a massive statement, and they told me that now we are going to bring everything here, and we will not be caused to suffering of the animal. And please don't give money where the suffering is there. And this time in Florida, YJ, a young Jain, met, they were 99% vegan. And a president, and they say, I am vegan completely, lifetime. But I promise you, next YJA will be 100% vegan. So our young people are our hope. शिवमस्तु सर्व जगत परहित निरता भवन्तु भूत गणा दोषा प्रयान्तु नाशम सर्वत्र सुखी भवन्तु लोकः. शिवमस्तु सर्व जगत. Let there be blessing to whole universe. Let everyone be engaged in one another's well-being. Dosha prayantu bhasham. Let the shortcoming, vices disappear. And everyone, everywhere, be happy, healthy, peaceful, and blissful. Namo Harihantan.
यदि प्राण दान तुम दे न सको, यदि प्राण दान तुम दे न सको, तो प्राण किसी की मत हरना, मत हरना. यदि अपना जीवन प्यारा है तो और को जीने देना, और को जीने देना. यदि प्राण दान तुम दे न सको. महावीर ने हमको समझाया, तुम सब जीवों पर दया करो, तुम सब जीवों पर दया का. ये 1 2 1 2 3. महावीर ने हमको समझाया, तुम सब जीवों पर दया करो. महावीर जीवन सबको वरदान मिला, तुम नहीं किसी की प्राण हरो, तुम नहीं किसी की प्राण हरो. अनमोल सभी का जीवन है, ओ अनमोल सभी का जीवन है. ओ जीवन लेकर क्या करना, क्या करना. यदि अपना जीवन प्यारा है तो औरों को जीने देना, औरों को जीने देना. तुम प्राणदान तुम दे न सको.
I hope you enjoyed today's program. We'll bring you more programs as we go along. Next week we have another exciting program for you. Until then, we would like to take your leave. Please send us your programs, your views. We will put them on the show. Until next time, we take your leave. Jai Jinendra. I hope you liked today's program. We value your opinion and comments, so please write to us at mangalamshow@gmail.com. The success of Mangalam Show is not without your contributions and cooperation. We would like to see your contributions coming. Please visit our website for further information. Your contributions are tax deductible.